she cannot trespass him for any reason at all. And anytime she calls the cops on them, it's a $5,000 debt to Reckless Ben.
Oh my God.
Leftovers, 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 leftovers.
Welcome to my Leftovers podcast, and this is James.
And this is Alex. What's up, guys?
And welcome to the Leftovers Files episode. And today we got breaking news. We have some news from Algonquin, Illinois.
Yeah.
That's about 38 miles away from here.
About.
But, yeah, like a 45-minute drive, I guess. I don't know. Point is,
Sometimes 50, depending on traffic.
anyways, point is, point in.
Yeah.
Point is, we have some breaking news. It sounds like outside of the Super Target, there have been some rowdy teens.
Yes.
The teens are back.
Yeah.
It's that time of the year again, folks. Rowdy teens and cops have been called. There's been pickup trucks just driving around.
Will there be a body found?
I think it's just rowdy teens, dude.
Oh, it's not the guy who was killing people? No? In this area, I guess?
It's just a bunch of teens.
Yeah.
It was just a bunch of teens this whole time.
Oh, never mind.
And they never grew up.
I thought it was going to be some like crazy things.
No.
No?
No, but some rowdy teens. And the reason why this is such big news, because you know what? I think I have a conspiracy on this one.
What?
I think they were arguing over Legos.
What?
You know why? Because today we are going to get sued, Alex.
Huh?
We are legitimately might get sued.
Then why do we do these episodes?
We're doing this episode, Alex. and you're going to be okay with it.
We went after Logan Paul. That was
We didn't go
scary.
after it. We just talked about some alleged stuff.
Yeah,
That was made up.
But like, we haven't even put it out yet, but we're gonna. And then now we're gonna go after Lego.
What are you talking about? That went out today.
Not the low. Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Oops.
No, wait. It went out last Thursday.
Tuesday.
Because it was the Leftovers Files. It was the one with the military weapon.
Wow, I'm lost, dude. I'm
just like-
lost.
You're just like, gosh darn, I'm a workhorse, huh?
Yeah, all I do is just put out pod after pod after pod. It's hard to keep track of all of them.
All right, well, welcome to episode 78. We're getting close to 100 already. We are eating this thing up. You good?
I think it's gonna be 80.
No.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be 80.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 80 then, I guess. Oh, God, we're only 20 away from 100.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, make sure before we go into the lawsuit that we're going to talk about,
Yeah.
you guys like and subscribe, follow, do all that good stuff. Follow us on TikTok, LFTB or SPOD on TikTok.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend, guys. Tell a friend. But not too many.
Yeah.
We should keep this like real niche.
Tell everyone you freaking know.
And then when they say no,
Yeah.
just be like, wow, I guess you just hate people of color because
Yeah.
people of color having a podcast has a problem.
Exactly. So
Apparently.
if you hate people of color,
You hate
you're not going to
us.
follow us. So follow us to prove that you're not a racist.
Ooh, prove it. And then if you do it and you're one of the lucky subscribers, Mr. Beast might put you in one of his
Execution videos.
Nope. Never mind. I guess we're not doing that one. I guess we're just going to get sued left and right.
What you got on Legos, baby boy?
Okay. Let me just find the name of this store. Alex, have you ever heard of this place called Bricks and Minifigs?
Excuse me?
Bricks and Minifigs.
If I say that really fast, I would definitely say something wrong.
All right, so they're known for buying used Lego sets, reselling sets, and then selling minifigures, and they're kind of like franchise-style stores. So they're like locally owned. But basically, you know, if you have some really rare collector set, you could take it to them, and they'll buy it off you, and then they'll resell it.
Do they buy it off at a fair price, or is it kind of like a GameStop situation?
I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard good things and bad things. But they
Okay.
also just sell regular Lego sets, too. Like, I've
Okay.
heard you can have your birthday party there for kids and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So like you
fun.
can do like Lego parties. It's really cool. The reason why I'm saying we might get sued is because there's a YouTube channel called Reckless Ben. If you've never heard of him, he is the guy who took out McKinney Maynor.
Oh, really? Oh, so he's good at this.
He's good at this. Him and his buddy, I forgot his buddy's name. He's really popular on social media too. But they took down McKinney Maynor.
Katie Maynor was the haunted house, right?
the haunted house that was basically torture.
Yeah.
Was like legal torture.
Like you signed a waiver saying that, please torture me.
Exactly.
And they did it.
These guys are awesome. But here's the story. There was a guy named Brian, and his father had accumulated a collection of Lego that was worth $200,000. It was Lego Star Wars sets that were sealed in box still. So I believe he had some figures here and there, but like it's a huge collection.
So he was a straight up collector. He wasn't building these things. He was just, okay.
He was a
nice.
collector, yeah. And here's the thing. Brian's job was to take that whole collection and get it sold, liquidate it.
Okay.
So he went to Bricks and Minifigs and he basically made a contract with them that said, you do not own my dad's collection. However, you will have the inventory, and every time it's sold, you get a certain percentage of it, and then we get a certain percentage of it. So basically, Bricks and Minifigs, the store is acting as a middleman. They are holding the inventory, and people come look at the store, and they see these are really highly collectible pieces, by the way, like $1,000 boxes and things. So you can come in the store, you can buy it, and then they have to keep track of inventory and be like, okay, we sold it for $1,000, which means we keep $200, and they get $800 for that.
Is this like it's similar to a pawn shop, kind of, right?
And yeah, in a way,
Isn't that how they function, or no? I could be wrong.
pawn shops are very similar, but I think because they loan money sometimes on your stuff. But if
Yeah.
you don't pay the loan in time, they just keep your stuff and they resell it.
Okay, maybe that's where I'm getting confused on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, like, so they're essentially reselling, but they're doing it for them, and it makes sense why. Supposedly, they're not supposed to do this though. The corporation, like the higher up, has already said like they're not supposed to do this. However, it does make sense why the original owner did do this because it's a big collection.
Yeah.
And someone's basically saying like, I have this much. Either I bring it piece by piece and you buy it off me piece by piece, or you fill up your entire store with highly collectible pieces. Not only do you get like people coming in that are high collectible people,
Yeah.
you might also get other people who are like, I'm going to sell you my high collectible stuff.
Yeah, true. And then it's also like some people being like, okay, like I kind of want to go in there and see like this new thing that they have there.
Exactly.
But also while that they're in there, they can see all like the other cool things that you have to offer.
100% it makes sense for both parties
Yeah.
to do it this way.
Smart.
They get rid of the inventory from their home and they're slowly getting passive income basically.
Gotcha. This is like when, okay, I have a friend who plays Monopoly just like this, where he'll own a property and then he'll make deals on the side with people where he's like, okay, whenever you land on this space, you won't have to owe me money as long as you give me like 30% of your property over there whenever somebody else will land on your spot.
I like to play like that. Yeah. I love to play like
And
that.
it's just like, and it's so insane because it's like you have to keep track of like so many different deals and negotiations. And like at some point you own like nothing, but you're getting paid anytime someone moves.
That's the most real Monopoly game I've ever heard. That's the closest thing I've heard to real America.
Yeah, straight up.
This is gonna sound so nerdy. I've always wanted to play a game of Monopoly with friends that's like gonna take like 6 hours.
Yeah.
But we all have like our tablets or laptops with Excel sheets, like basically keeping track of like, okay, I own this property, but I also own a share in this property. I also own like this percent. And like, oh, he let me buy here. I'm gonna just take note of that. Maybe I'll let him slide later.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Right.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I mean, after that.
Yeah.
Well, here's the issue. Bricks and Minifigs, that local store, ended up being either sold or taken over by another franchisee. Not exactly sure what happened there. The new owner, Josh, he went over and he took over. I don't know what happened, whatever, right? Point is, there is security camera footage of when they basically kicked out the original owner and they basically said like, hey, what about all this stuff? Like all this stuff is part of an agreement. Like this is not our stuff that we have to pay the original guy. Like we can't just like, I can't just give this all to you. And he goes, whoever was in that video essentially said, this is now part of the new owner. He has to take up that new contract and hold up the, what do you call it?
Agreement?
Hold up the agreement. Yeah, he would have to hold up the agreement on his side now. Basically, which makes sense. When you buy a business and they have a contract with someone, you have to take on the contract. It is very different if you absorb a company, which we'll talk about later. But
It's not like a weird thing where you're like, well, that guy signed it. I'm not that guy.
that's what he's trying to argue,
Oh,
though.
okay.
So the issue is essentially now Bricks and Minifigs are saying like, one, they're lying about everything. One, they don't have the inventory.
Oh no!
Even though on
bastards.
their Instagram they've been posting everything, like look at this super high collectible thing, and basically
no.
rubbing it in the original. Oh, the original guy's name? His name is Brian.
Okay, yeah.
He's the original owner of the collection. So they're rubbing it in Brian's face, like
Yeah.
look at this collection, you know?
Yeah.
So first thing happens is they're not letting him basically get his inventory back. Two, they're obviously selling the inventory and not giving him his percentage of the deals. And three, they've trespassed him from the property, so he can't even go to the store anymore and argue with anyone anymore.
So if he goes, he's basically gonna get like thrown in jail or something like that.
Exactly.
Damn.
But here's where it gets worse. He threatened legal action because there is a legal contract.
Yeah.
However, because the civil suit, police can't really get involved. They have to just take it straight to court.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
The owner's name is Josh.
Yeah.
Josh straight up told him the game plan. He said, "You can sue us. That's okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to draw this out for so long that you'll spend more money paying for fees than you would get back."
I feel like this happens way too often where like there is an actual case that will be made and it's like they will lose, but they were just gonna be like, well, we'll just draw it out until like you're out of money.
This is a real tactic that people do.
Yeah.
And it's super shady and it's really awful, but it happens. People will sue you even though they know they're wrong, and they'll draw it out as long as possible because they know that the other person will have all these billables from other lawyer.
Yeah.
To the point where they might just have to settle because it's not worth the time and money that it's going to cost to take care of this thing.
Yeah.
It's like, do you ever hear about that story? That police woman who was basically sleeping with the entire police unit.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like 8 different guys.
Yeah.
She just got paid out
By the police academy?
by the state.
Because so she sued them?
So after everything has been happening,
Yeah.
she basically tried to flip it and say, well, actually, I think I'm going to sue you guys because I was basically groomed and I was basically harassed. Even though the evidence shows the exact opposite.
Oh, really?
But because the state has to decide whether it's worth pursuing or not,
Yeah.
they found it wasn't worth pursuing this issue.
So they
they
just
paid her
sued.
out $500,000.
Wow.
They paid her out to basically settle and just be like, we're not even going to look, we're just not going to deal with this anymore.
Yeah.
This kind of thing. Because it was true. She was going to draw this out so long and cost the state and department so much money to the point it wasn't even worth losing all that money because she was wrong, but the amount of money would have cost to just pay her out. Which again, and I guess in the grand scheme of things, 500,000 isn't a lot for a state,
Yeah.
but
Once you like draw it out, like that becomes probably smaller than you would if you pay for like the bills maybe? I don't know.
Oh, 100%.
Really?
Paying out the money, the settlement?
No,
Oh.
like say like she kept it going for so long, would the fees eventually add up to that amount or no? Because I feel like that's a lot to get with the fees. Like I don't know if fees would actually get that high.
They get pretty high fast.
Are you serious? That
it gets
bad?
fast. You would think like, oh, it's only when I talk to my lawyer. It's anytime your lawyer has to go into to like discovery, find new evidence, do
Oh,
all this
wow.
thing, put together your old financial stuff, everything that has to be put out, and deciding like, oh, does this information need to be put in? The things like that. Every
Wow.
little thing is billable at some point.
Jesus, it's like a hospital.
It's like a hospital. It gets so that's why lawyers make good money.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though. So we've already established new ownership by Josh. Josh is being shady about this, and he's already explained the plan. We are going to draw this out. This is where Reckless Ben basically comes in. Reckless Ben, the YouTuber. He comes in because he's heard about this, and the guy's been posting across different social media platforms saying, I've been scammed, I've been this, help a collector out kind of thing. Reckless Ben went out all the way, I forgot where they are. He went out and he started to try and help. He did 2 things. He went to the corporate office of Bricks and Minifigs.
Okay.
And they said, you got to go talk to the store. Our stores are locally owned. You got to go talk to them. Whatever deal you made with them, talk to them.
That's fair actually.
okay.
Yeah.
2, he went to the store and they said, you need to go talk to corporate.
Oh, bastards.
Exactly. And
Bastard.
then he flashes back and he goes, oh, that's so funny because I have this video that corporate says, and it's corporate saying, no, you have to go talk to local. And he
Yeah.
goes, what do I do when they say I have to go talk to corporate? I don't know. I don't know what to do, man.
Yeah.
And that's literally what corporate said. And they're just like, okay, then you need to talk to the store says you need to talk to the owner. The owner doesn't, again, he's just lying every step of the way.
Yeah.
Long story short, Reckless Ben goes through 100 different legal loopholes. We're talking about he makes a new business. He makes a corporation. He makes 5 different franchises to basically ruin this locally owned Bricks and Minifigs location.
How does this guy make his money? Just like making
YouTube.
videos?
He's kind of a filmmaker,
Okay.
YouTube and stuff like that.
Damn, because I'm like, this sounds like a lot of
It was a
effort
lot of money
and money that goes into this.
Wait till how much debt they ended up accumulating over with friends.
Oh my
It gets
God.
bad. So they were doing all these different things, and they found one legal loophole. Technically, Brian still owns every one of those Lego sets
Yeah.
because of that contract.
Yeah.
And the owners basically acknowledged, like, sue me.
Yeah.
Sue me, because like he knows he did something wrong, but he's also like, what are you gonna do? It turns out in that state, civil lawsuits only pay out up to $10,000.
Oh,
so
wow.
even if they went to court, he would win. However, he would be losing on $100,000 worth of of Legos and stuff like that.
Okay.
Ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
What Reckless Ben ended up doing was, first, he made a lottery. In that state, you can hold a legal lottery through a franchise, or you can avoid a bunch of fees if you use a religion or a business or whatever it is, right? A nonprofit, sorry, nonprofit. He has an old video about Scientology where he created a legal religion in the state of California that is recognized called Scientology Sucks.
Really?
Something like that.
Uh-huh.
And it's a real religion in California.
What the hell?
So he gets the paperwork to get it done in the next state he's in. I don't remember Utah or whatever it is.
Oh, it's always a Utah. It's always Utah. I don't
think
know why.
it sounds like a Utah thing, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not, but whatever. He holds a lottery. And basically, long story short, a kid wins the lottery. They go back to Bricks and Figs. Reckless Ben's already been trespassed from the premises, but he keeps going back.
Yeah.
Fighting with the cops.
Yeah.
He goes back and they start arguing like, no, he legally won and legally we still own the inventory, so you have to give it to him.
Yeah.
He goes outside with the cops, waiting for the cops, and he's like, we got him. We have the legal papers here that show we did everything by the book. The cops get there and they arrest him right away.
Of course, because I feel like when it comes to stuff like this, cops aren't really like, oh yeah, we're gonna like obey like the laws. We're just gonna kind of take you in. Just,
It was the dumbest thing. And you know why he did a lottery? Because legally, the cops couldn't get involved in civil lawsuits issue because it's considered just you did bad business.
Yeah.
But in a lottery, technically, you're scamming people in a criminal way now.
Ooh.
So the cops have to do an investigation. That's why he did this. He goes in expecting to, get the cops to actually investigate this issue. They show up and they arrest him first. He called the cops. They called the cops,
Yeah.
not the store this time. So that
So he's like, now cops are on my side, motherfucker.
and then he's like, wait, why am I against the car? We're against the police car. What's going on?
Yeah.
And they have to argue back and forth, basically saying like, hey, you understand, like you are gonna get arrested if you keep pushing this kind of thing. Is like, no, I don't understand because I have all the legal paperwork here. Here's a law book. He actually brings the law book for that state, and he
Yeah.
goes, in this section it says you have to investigate this because now it is a criminal issue.
Wow.
And originally, one of the cops was taking it seriously until some other cop whispered in his ear, and they were like, "Oh, okay." And it was basically like, "We've already dealt with this guy because of this store," and they're not taking him seriously anymore.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Long story short, eventually the bad press gets so bad because the store gets like, what do you call it?
Attacked?
Kind of.
Like, do people go online and be like, this place sucks?
No.
Screw the owner.
Well, that too.
He's
But
fat.
I think he was, but no, physically.
Well, yeah, of course.
No, the store gets physically attacked.
Oh.
Somebody puts a banner over the store that says, it's the same logo, Bricks and Minifigs, but it says on the bottom, the slogan now, it says, we steal from old people.
Oh, wow.
And they start doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to corporate basically saying, because corporate said, like, we can't control what our local franchises do.
Yeah.
What you said makes sense, right?
Yeah.
He goes back, Reckless Ben goes, all right, here's the issue, this is what's going on. And then the corporate's like, you can't do this stuff. You can't handle our this issue this way. Reckless Ben now owns a corporation and he has 5 franchisees under him. And he goes, I can't control what my franchisees do.
Wow.
Little Uno reverse on them.
Yeah.
And he goes, and the corporate CEO just goes, he just laughs and he's just like, I know what you're doing. And he just gets frustrated. He's like, you have to go. Like, he knows that he fucked up. He knows,
Yeah.
like, now they're using their legal tactics against themselves.
Yeah.
now.
Also, like, isn't it bad? Even if like every single store is owned by like some local thing, doesn't it just like look bad on like the entire company if like one area is doing like some shady things?
Exactly. And also, $200,000, I get it. That's a big amount of money.
Yeah.
But like, realistically, like, if it's this big of an issue and you want to do right by your customers,
Yeah.
then fucking shut down the store, get rid of that guy because you know he's going to keep messing up. It's $200,000 right now.
Yeah.
Imagine a lawsuit later where they actually do something real bad.
Yeah.
Because this is bad, but imagine worse than this, and then you get sued for over $1 million.
Yeah. The publicity alone is like awful too.
No one's going to be buying from Bricks and Minifigs anymore
Yeah.
because of this kind of issue.
Yeah.
So then Ben keeps going on, and then it turns out they're like, wait, we just realized something. If our lawsuit's only going to get $10,000, what if 10 of us sue them for the same thing?
Ooh,
That's
interesting.
$100,000. It's not legal though to do that because you're splitting up a lawsuit. It's
Yeah.
it's like suit splitting or something like that.
Oh wow.
However, technically, because Brian still legally owns all the Lego sets, he can still sell the Lego sets to people he knows. So all he has to do is keep track of his inventory like he's been doing on his Excel file, sign a legal document with someone else saying, hey, you're buying my thing for $10,000. So now the thing is not one, I feel like they technically price gouged it to $10,000.
Yeah,
now,
for sure.
Right? And or they might have just added a bunch of sets together that equate $10,000.
Yeah.
They pay Brian $10,000 legally. They get a notary legally, and they notarize every person who has a quote unquote a contract with Brian saying like, we bought this Lego set from you for $10,000.
Yeah.
10 different people now have their own suit against Bricks and Minifigs because of that, because now they're owners of their own Lego sets.
Yeah.
So now they can sue technically.
Wow. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's so crazy that like you could just do stuff like this with like the law and it actually works.
And this is the amazing thing to me. It's like, you know how the Josh, the owner, knows that basically he's baiting them in to sue him because
Yeah.
he knew like, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Like, sue me? Okay, we got to pay 10 grand.
Yeah.
Now it's over. You can't do anything anymore.
Yeah.
No. Now everyone's using the court against him. And
Yeah.
it's like, this is how you win. Was the best way for them to win. Not only that, every time Reckless Ben had tried to go over, he would get trespassed and
Yeah.
call the cops on him, right? At one point, I don't know where the video loses tempo because Josh, the owner, calls and basically says, look, we're getting so much bad publicity. We're getting so many bad reviews. We're getting all this stuff. It's getting big now.
Yeah.
And it went viral in the Lego world. So he says, we'll give them back. We'll give it all back.
Really?
But here's what I need.
Now he's trying to make deals.
He's trying to make a deal.
That's
He's like, I
crazy.
need an apology from Brian. I need good Google reviews. Like basically fix my publicity because of
Yeah.
what you did.
Yeah.
Even though he did.
Even though it's what they
and
did.
Brian said no.
Yeah.
Brian straight up said like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So here's what Reckless Ben does. He creates an AI video of Ben and somebody else apologizing, merges them together so it looks like Ben is saying it. By the way, it's poorly made, so it doesn't
Yeah.
even look like Ben's actually saying it.
Yeah.
He sends it over to him and he goes, okay, here you go. Whatever. And then he goes, okay, but I also need you to do this now.
What is it?
He needs to go apologize to the store owner, the manager, who's technically been dealing with all the quote unquote harassment from
God.
Reckless Ben.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay. This is when Ben catches on. He's basically trying to get Brian to say, I'm sorry for all this so that they can use that in court later.
Oh.
And kind of maybe use it as a way to admit like, I messed up.
Yeah.
Like I messed up. I caused all this pain, whatever.
Yeah, because if you're putting out a video, that means that you do have like some type of blame in the thing.
Exactly. But an AI video, not exactly.
No.
He didn't check the video.
Yeah.
He goes to this, so then but then Ben also catches and he's like, he wants me to go to the store and do this where I've been trespassed and the police call. He wants me to get arrested is what he thinks. So he goes to the store and immediately the girl's already calling the cops. He's like, he's talking nice too. He's like, I just really want to apologize and all this stuff. And she's already calling the cops. She didn't want to listen to him. And and he's like, well, that's so funny because technically you've already signed a thing that says it. He flashes back to the beginning of the video. It turns out they already planned for this ahead of time. They had sent to the store a box that was like an order, like a mail thing. And they said, hey, I need you to sign this. A guy just comes in with the package and says, I need you to sign for this. The girl signs it without looking at what she's signing for. And he just drops the package off and leaves. That signature was actually a contract that legally states she cannot trespass him for any reason at all. And anytime she calls the cops on them, it's a $5,000 debt to Reckless Ben.
Oh my God.
And she signed it. And he shows it to her and she goes, that's not my signature. She's like, I don't know. Where did you guys get a signature that's this close to mine?
Oh wow.
She had no idea.
And they call the cops a lot.
Yeah. So she ended up technically owing them $40,000 because of 8 times of calling.
Oh my God.
Dude, it gets so juicy. So then after this, he calls Josh again. He goes like, look, we tried. She didn't want it. Right? She goes, well, it's up to them to accept the apology or not. And then obviously they didn't want to, whatever. Okay, we'll give you back your Lego sets tomorrow then or whatever.
And my $40,000.
And my $40,000. Well, he doesn't really bring that part up yet.
Well, you should.
But Reckless Ben then goes like, okay, let me, okay, tomorrow? Cool. They call tomorrow. Nothing. They would need a few more days to get this stuff, whatever. Okay, more days. And it just keeps stalling it. Eventually, stop picking up the phone, stop doing all this stuff. I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Then he goes back to the store to see if he can pick up the things. And then that's when he reveals the contract to her after that. He gets on the phone with Josh, and Josh changes his tune completely. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. We don't have anything. Even though he's admitted on the phone multiple times, multiple days, we have it. Guess what he ends up saying? He's like, sue me. Sue me.
Oh
If you
my
really think I have something
gosh.
issue, sue me. Again, what he's been saying. This time, Reckless Ben just goes, okay. I guess if that's what you really want us to do, we'll do it. And his tune changes. He's like, but like, what you know, like he just starts stuttering a little bit. He's like, they call this bluff. What Josh, the new owner, does not know, for the past month, they have been setting up all of those 10 different cases with the whole money I told you about, to basically make their own individual lawsuits. So they tell him like, okay, then either you give us all our stuff back tonight, or tonight we drop off all the suits. And he goes, you can't do that. Like, do you not know how the legal system works? Like, are you a child? Like, you don't get to just do that. You can't just say, I sue you.
Yeah.
And he's right. You can't.
Yeah.
However, they've already been doing it for a month.
Yeah.
Pre-planning everything.
Yeah.
They sit outside the store with their fake company. One of their fake companies called We Steal From Old People. And the tagline is bricks and minifigs.
Okay, nice.
And
nice,
that's
nice.
not illegal technically.
Yeah, because it's not like the actual logo or whatever.
And while they're selling fake merch of the store, they ended up waiting. They're like, okay, they're not coming out. They checked inside. They had closed the store early, and they left through a back exit.
Oh my god.
The next day they show up, and they keep serving them papers after papers in like hilarious ways. And they're like, so there's one more catch here. If they don't answer the suits or show up to court, they automatically get a default judgment.
Wow.
They didn't take any of them seriously, and they lost everything. All 10 suits they lost, and they owed $100,000.
Oh my
Reckless Ben goes to the store afterwards. He goes to go basically say, like, collect my money, you know?
Yeah, I'm here to collect.
The
Boy.
store has a sign says temporarily closed on the front in
No.
official lettering. And he's like, damn it. He's like, I don't know how to feel. Like, we won technically by law, but they basically shut their business down so that they're free of any issues, right?
Is that true? Like, can they actually just do that?
You can't if you file bankruptcy, I think.
Oh.
I don't know. We don't know exactly what. There's a part 2 to this video I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
then they go, I know as of right now, minifigs and all that stuff, they went on their website basically saying like, we know what's going on.
Yeah.
We're working to fix this kind of thing. Even though they weren't working on it, they went to the corporate office.
Yeah,
They
of
did all
course.
that stuff.
Yeah.
They don't know. They're not doing any shit. And yeah, so basically they took them to court. They did it their way and they refused to pay. And now that store is completely shut down. And now we're just waiting to see
What
if
happens in part 2?
in part 2 for
Yeah.
bricks and minifigs.
That's interesting. You know what's like the worst part about this whole story? It makes me want to go on Bricks and Minifigs and see if I can find some cool shit on there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I do want like one of the old Lego sets, like the old Ninjago sets from the first sets.
Yeah, because I just
Or
like I like to just like scroll and like look through like the old sets and stuff and just be like, wow, like I remember seeing that and I couldn't have it and now I want it, you know?
Or the Bionicles.
Yeah,
Those were good ones.
those are the best ones. But wow,
What do you think, dude? What do you think is going on? Because I mean, like, there is some controversy with it. Some people do think that Brian isn't entitled to things.
that he isn't, or
He is not, because they're thinking maybe from a legal standpoint that the new business just lost the inventory, like the original inventory list, and they just couldn't, they got overwhelmed basically. There's very few people who believe this, by the way.
Yeah.
But some people are making that case for them, saying like, well, what if they just kind of, they didn't understand what the old inventory was. How are they supposed to keep track of stuff? Yada, yada. The argument to that is like, you have a contract
Yeah,
on your side that has the inventory on it.
yeah.
and
There's so much
SKUs.
proof that you guys have these things.
Yeah, so I guess that, yeah. I don't know. I don't see a way. But dude, isn't that crazy that corporations will literally milk people out of money just so they'll never have to pay anything because they can?
Yeah, because it's like, of course, we are a corporation. We have all the money. Like, we can wait you out. Like, at some point, you're gonna die, and
But
it's
isn't
gonna be,
that
and it's gonna be on accident, quote unquote.
And that's the crazy part too, that a lot of people think that I could just milk this thing out and I'll never have to pay anything.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that's not 100% true, because once they call this bluff and they realize like, oh my god, imagine that guy's face when he realizes like, not only do I have to go to court, I have to go to 10 different cases. So my lawyer has to prepare 10 different defenses.
Yeah.
And even if they are the same defense, it's still separate cases.
And he's paying him for every single one of those.
And he has to
ones.
go to, and then that lawyer has to go to court for each one of those cases.
Yeah.
They don't get to go at the same thing because they're separate cases.
Yeah.
That is insane. And then when he finally got beat, I'm waiting for part 2 to come out. I know it's on his Patreon if you guys want to watch it early. I probably will pay for the Patreon just to see this. I need to see how this goes.
For sure.
And I
to
know it's
update.
not over. It's
Yeah.
not over because there's a recent update video too.
That can be for our next week's episode.
Ooh.
That could be nice.
Let us know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Bricks and Minifigs did anything wrong? I'm trying to word this in a way where we're not criminally.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I will say. If Bricks and Minifigs starts going out suing everyone, they're only gonna look worse.
Of course.
They're gonna only look worse
And
because
guilty.
right? And also like someone pretty much said like, dude, a store basically saying, hey, a corporation saying we need to keep these $200,000 and we're gonna steal this from a random person, basically says like how bad our economy is,
Yeah, that's true.
or how bad that business is, where $200,000 would kill them.
Or like maybe this is like what they do in general. Like, what if this isn't like the first time?
That's kind of the worry.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently, from some Google reviews, that store, by the way, it closed abruptly. Like they had birthday parties planned, they had like all these different events planned, and people started leaving reviews like they didn't even warn us, they didn't even call us, nothing. They just don't exist anymore. The store is physically there, and the inventory is sitting there.
Yeah.
But it's closed. It's permanently
So,
closed.
It's open to get robbed. You're saying? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
A part of me thinks that's what they did in the part 2.
Rob the place?
It looks like it because there's a clip that shows you a preview, and it's like people go into their houses with guns, with police
No
cops, and then there's
way.
there's Legos on the tables and stuff like that. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, did they actually go rob?
You know what this makes me think of? Like a Stewie from Family Guy, where it's like where he's just like, all you have to do is give me my money,
Dude,
man.
isn't
All
that-
you have to do is give me my money.
Well, this business owner will never get to run another business well.
No.
Bricks and Minifigs ruined their entire reputation with this one. They should have known as soon as they realized who he was. They're like, he took down McKinney Manor, one of the longest standing scam of haunted houses.
Yeah.
There's a you don't like this stuff. I don't like this stuff. Actually,
What?
why am I saying you don't like this stuff? We don't like this stuff.
Uh-huh.
Smut films.
Oh, yeah.
Like those are like super gory, super
Yeah.
like against women, basically.
Wait, smut isn't the same thing. You're thinking of some other word. Smut is like when you read fictional corn.
Maybe in your era, in my era, smut was like disgusting stuff. Okay, whatever it is though, but like
Okay.
gory stuff and like overly gory, like it's so underground.
Uh-huh.
There was a director that was famous because he made the worst of the worst movies, but then also he was unknown. No one could ever find him. He was so anonymous. Even the actors could never find him, and he had this really dorky name that was like, it's not okay. Alistair Black is a cool name.
Yeah.
But like it was in that realm of like names,
Oh,
but like
okay,
a really
gotcha.
dorky version of it.
Gotcha.
Alistair Black is cool.
Yeah.
But
he's
like-
a WWE wrestler too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites. Dude.
Yeah, he's great.
But he was so unknown until Reckless Ben found him.
Wow. So he can do stuff.
He can do stuff.
Wow.
And again, Reckless Ben doesn't do this stuff out of like just ruining people's lives. He does this for people because he's like, no, someone else's life has been ruined. I'm doing this for
Yeah.
them. Like the McKinney Maynards, I'm like, everyone's life has been ruined.
He's a Robin
person.
Hood character.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So yeah, let us know down below. What do you guys think about this situation? Do you think it's been resolved? And if you already saw part 2, don't spoil it for everyone did.
Yeah.
Give us a chance to talk about it.
Yeah, please.
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 This has been Alex, please.
This has been James. Follow us at LTBRSPLD on TikTok.
Please.
Bye.
Leftovers.